Alright, thank you, everybody. Okay, so like I already mentioned, I'm Sarah Okon, CEO and founder of Giveo. Polish descent. I came here when I was 16. Lived in Miami, went to Boston University for school, graduated with a computer science degree, and started an app. It's a nonprofit app, but it's actually attached as a donation marketplace for nonprofits. So what we do is that we created basically a blue ocean solution for an audience that hasn't been addressed before. Those are people that want to donate to nonprofit or to charity, but they either don't have the time, they don't have the cash to do so. So what we generated is we generated a solution for people. They can now either contribute their time or their item and sell that. When they sell that, the money goes to the nonprofit. And that's all within our application. So, starting off with a cool fact, there was 500 billion donation value back in 2022 in US, which is a huge valuation market. And like I said, we address the different audiences. We address people that want to contribute, and we address some problems. The problems they have, like I said, is they want to transfer, they want to support with cash they don't have. Nonprofits don't want to be asking for cash continuously. Giveo solves that problem. So we're already launched. You can find us on App Store and Google Store. We've been around for a year or so now. And what we do is that we connect conscious donors and deal seekers. The application is open for everybody. It's not like some other solutions where you segregate your audience based on the nonprofit itself. Anybody can contribute, anybody can support, anybody can open a fundraising, and that is us. So how does the product model work? We connect 3 different audiences. We have fundraisers, which are typically nonprofits. These are the people that start the campaigns in Giveo. Then we have donors, who are typically either their supporting network or the friends of the supporting network. Why the friends? Because we found out through our POCs that even when you have a supporter to your nonprofit, when they post an item and they say, hey, can you buy this because I want to actually help on my charity, that works. So these are the donors for the nonprofit now. It's a bigger addressable market. Then we have donors that do posts, and then contributors who are the people that buy the items. So this is how the revenue is being generated for nonprofits with Giveo. So market validation. So we are an online fundraising that also allows re-commerce, that also allows creation of cash from time or volunteering. We did our first research, and GoFundMe had 10 billion raised in 2022, which is the online fundraising. Then we have Goodwill, which is, I guess, in-place fundraising, which supports the sales of items. They have 6.1 billion in yearly revenue in 2022. And then we have secondhand apps, Letgo, OfferUp. The reason why we decided to analyze them as well is because we realized through our POCs that some of the supporters do like to donate items that are very high value, like Rolexes, but they are still falling within the e-commerce sector. So I'll get to it, but we actually separated the audiences through our POCs. So addressable markets. There's around $400 billion in unused items in US households only. 75% of those households want to donate these things, but they don't go through the effort of doing so. I mean, I'm sure we all had like something in our garages that we would like to sell, but going to Goodwill or like finding somebody that would buy it on OfferUp is just a struggle. We don't do it. So that's us, that's 75%. Then what we're trying to do is just tap into the 10% of those people, which is going to be around $30 billion for gross service volume for Giveo. But that's only for item sale. We also support service sale, which is a huge deal for nonprofits, because that allows them to generate cash from volunteers, as well as it allows them to have their nonprofit ambassadors do some experience for the nonprofit. Let's say I will have a dinner with whoever is going to bet $1 million. Well, that's a lot, but 10,000, let's say. That allows nonprofits to reach out to their big contributors and say, we don't want your items, we don't want your cash, just give us some time. And that's going to generate money. How we make money from Giveo? 12% of commission on top. So it is not 12% commission within the value of the post that's being purchased. Let's say if there is a listing for $100, which doesn't really happen in Giveo. We have like an average value of $300 for each post. But let's say it's 100, then that $100 when you purchase goes to the nonprofit. The 12% is based on top of that. So it's paid by the buyer. So product evaluation. We started with the MVP. We came across, well, we launched, we were listening to our target audiences and we introduced many different features, shipping US wide. Then we have services, which is what I've been mentioning so far, any sort of time-based offering from the contributor, Apple Pay and Google Pay, VIP section, which was introduced because we had nonprofits come to us and say, hey, like my $10,000 Rolex is listed next to a rocket, like a rocket for tennis. They didn't want to have these items being in the same page, so we created the VIP section specifically for high-value items and offerings as well. Auctions, these are auctions online. Nonprofits love to use them before some sort of galas or events where they have a lot of different items to sell. They don't want to waste time during the event to just do the bidding, so they use Giveo for that. And we have multiple items, which is for corporate contributions. That is when, it's usually utilized when there's a nonprofit that has already a corporate contribution that also could support with their items themselves and sell it to generate cash for nonprofit. And what's coming up next is marketing Giveo AI. So that is something we are working on, or we launched. We are utilizing it today. And what it does is actually creating content for nonprofit and analyzes it based on the return of their user, let's say, how do you call it, involvement with the post. So let me, for that, explain that a little bit more. So what do? We reach nonprofits. We talk to their community for members, and that's when the AI comes. What our AI does is that we give them a questionnaire. This questionnaire is being filled with different answers, and based on those answers, we pull it into our AI instance, and that AI instance creates posts for nonprofits. Those are cross-branded posts with Giveo and with the nonprofit. So we give it to the nonprofits, they post it onto their social media, and then based on the interactions of their audience, we know how to generate the upcoming posts so that we know how to target their audience better. What we do is, with those posts, is that we actually teach the nonprofit network how to use Giveo to generate cash for them. Why we need to do this? Because it's a blue ocean. This solution hasn't been proposed yet before. So we utilize the nonprofit social media to reach their audiences, to then have those audiences post on Giveo and support their campaigns and charities. Next thing we do is we utilize free Google Ads. So nonprofits, if you're a 501c3 nonprofit status, you get $10,000 of Google Ads credits from Google monthly for the Google Ads. What we do is that we have specialists that know how to utilize these Google Ads. So we first place them in a way that we generate traffic onto your campaign when you make it in Giveo. And then we use them in a way that we generate organic users to purchase whatever has been posted to support this campaign in Giveo. And that is stable, free money that we utilize to generate traffic for the nonprofit. Well, within Giveo. Then we have influencer engagement. So what does this mean is, referring back to my example with a nonprofit ambassador that's a high value contributor to nonprofits, we like to go to them and say, hey, give us like something special. Let's say you have a yacht. That actually happened in Giveo, so that's, I'm going to use this example. There was a lady that decided to post a trip with herself in Miami on her exclusive yacht for $5,000, and that was purchased, and that generated a lot of revenue for the nonprofit she was trying to support. So we're trying to get to those people, and they're like, we're trying to tell nonprofits, find these people in your community, and tell them to volunteer their time for money and post it onto their social media so that their followers that care for her, for the lady, for the NPO ambassador, for the influencer, they buy that and they generate more money, which is not from the nonprofit supporting audience just yet. That's how we bring in more community into it, more cash for the profit.
So do you go in and grab all of their connections?
We can do that. We can pull in the corrections, yeah. But for this, we engage in nonprofit and say, hey, like, who is the valuable person that is contributing to you the most? Like, who is your NPO ambassador? Like, who is somebody that you're proud to announce that you're partnering with? And then step 5 is that we have a success story. So the reason why we do this is because we want to show the supporters of nonprofits that what they have contributed with Giveo, which is the new solution, is actually working. The money has been transferred to the nonprofit, and the value has been created. We've helped. So going back to differentiators. So what's different about us than any other solution out there just yet is that we don't have an issue with marketplace traction. We are in a marketplace, and oftentimes there's an issue with a chicken and egg. We don't have that because we target nonprofits, which have community, and that community is trying to help. So the problem of, hey, I have an item, but I have no buyers, disappears because they're all there to support. Innovative funding, it's a differentiator because if you have a person that wants to support a nonprofit, there's always a way for them to do so. If they have time, they sell their time. If they have items, they sell their items. If they have money, they buy something that's already there. Or they can actually do the cash donation within the platform as well. So there's always a solution for somebody that actually wants to contribute to the nonprofit. Next thing, community growth. I sort of touched on that already. We bring in more supporters to nonprofits, organic users, either through Google Ads or through the social media posts that are posted by their existing supporters. And then tax deductibles. So that's actually a cool one. When you are selling your services or selling your time, that when purchased is generating value for nonprofits, that is tax deductible for you. Similarly, we support nonprofits with any sort of paperwork for that. And since it's an application and we're all IT people, we track it very easily, so it's all easy to generate and support our clients. So audience, it's not only nonprofits that can use this application. It's free for anybody. It's already launched. Anybody can use it in any way they want. They can be a fundraiser, they can support, they can buy. But like I said, we are focusing on communities because those benefit from this process. So adaptation strategy, GoFundMe actually has $1.5 million in Google Ads monthly, which would mean that for us it's 115 nonprofits. Sorry, $1.5 million yearly, which would mean that for us it's 115 nonprofits times $10,000 monthly. Influencers, I think I explained that already, but if any questions are here, I can answer later on. But NPO founders and NPO ambassadors, anybody that has a social media presence and could benefit from with their reputation by contributing to the Commonwealth.
There's about 3 or 4 minutes left. Do you want to open up for questions?
Yeah, just 1 second.
How much are you trying to raise? And
okay, so
what have you raised?
Okay, so we have invested over $1 million so far in product development, and we are looking for $5 million right now. Our average item sale is $300 per listing. So with 26,000 transactions within 1 year, we would have 7.8 million in gross service volume, and with 12% commission, that would mean 1 million per video.
So people will give you items that they want to sell for nonprofit, and they designate which nonprofit will get the item?
Exactly, yes.
And then they do all the tax, your system does all the tax work that's needed?
Yep.
In terms of, they send them a non-for-profit donation,
yep,
receipt of some sort, and
exactly.
And then that helps them with their filings, and then it does also generate all those tax filings for the not-for-profit as well?
Yes, it does. We did everything from
Then that you can actually donate your time, and that actually is a donation?
Yes.
How do you account for it?
So it's a listing sold within our application. So it's served as a not a volunteering / time contribution, rather some sort of a offer. So you donate that offer, and then since it's purchased, and that offer is given to the nonprofit, it is tax deductible.
So if you're a pro bono, if you're a pro bono attorney, you can donate time and get a tax deduction from that?
Yep, yeah. Any sort of volunteering.
So, but I mean, is that for your hourly rate, or how does that work?
Depends what sort of post do you have.
No, I'm just saying, I mean, my daughter's an attorney and, you know, she's billed at a pretty high rate, but she's doing pro bono work. Is that a tax deduction?
Yeah.
Should she use it through your system? I mean, that she should go and say, look, I don't want to do the filing, why don't I just use your system and then you're gonna give me all the tax papers I need to file it at the end of the year?
Yeah, yeah. If she's gonna be able to, if she's gonna post it and then somebody buys it and the money at the end goes to the nonprofit, then yes.
I think she's saying that time needs to.
You're getting the auction price.
I think you need to have a profit generated from that time, and that profit is donation.
Yeah.
Right, it's not at your hourly
Yes,
rate.
yes,
Doing it-
exactly.
If it's just, you know, doing pro bono, there is no cash in and out, there is no accounting, that's what I was trying to get at.
You got it.
Yeah, that's why I was teaching finance at some point.
No, it's interesting, yeah.
Cool, awesome, yeah. Any other questions?
No more that I would be interested in speaking to you later, or as a customer, potentially, I'm doing quite a lot of donations, and I think it sounds like that's what you do.
Perfect, great, I'll be around for next day.
I'm sorry, and you're raising 5 million and the use of proceeds is what? Use of proceeds?
Oh, yes, sure. So, what we're gonna do with the cash is we're gonna have 22% or, well, around 22% designated to employment. The reason why, I guess, so little people usually say is because the app is ready. It's already launched, it's already polished, we had all the POCs already implemented. And we just need employment for business developers. What we need people for is people that are gonna go to nonprofit and say, hey, this is Giveo, this is how you use it, and now I'm gonna be your point of contact for any sort of questions you have. We need people to onboard the nonprofits onto this new blue ocean solution, and we just need somebody to help them grow, to keep them intact with our growth strategy, which is this is the post you have to post, what time, what date, what audience, somebody to basically host the nonprofit.
Only works with United US not-for-profits?
No, it doesn't need to work with US nonprofits. No. So for 501c3 benefits from Giveo, it would have to be within US, yes. But the app itself doesn't work only in US. It also works in Poland.
How do you make money?
12% commission on top of each transaction. And then 50% marketing because we are just trying to gain brand awareness, I guess you could say, in general terms.
2% commission on each transaction.
12% commission on each transaction.
12.
12.
Not a lot.
Not really, because people that buy these items tend to want to support the nonprofit. So they don't care.
No, I mean, there's all kinds of people who want to give away stuff to not-for-profits, right?
Yeah.
But it's disclosed, right, when you put it in there, it's disclosed that if they're
Yes.
100,000, 12,000.
Yes.
It's going to the cost of.
Yes. It's implemented as a service fee.
I think it's pretty typical for the other channels, you know, fund me, stuff like that. I don't know the 12% is the right number, 15.
They have a zipper these days, but I think the minimum is like 10.
So you're auctioning an item, it's an auction, and you're designating who gets the sales from it.
Yes. So it's not only an auction. The main feature of Giveo is that we're an open marketplace. So when you go into the app, it's going to be a UI similar to OfferUp, let's say. You can also go into the nonprofit profile within which you're going to be seeing all the items and all the services that when purchased are going to be benefiting the nonprofit. So it's an open solution. There is auctions. So what happens is you see the, let's say, OfferUp screen with all the items that are matching your search. When you enter the item, it shows you the time limitation, which is representing the auction.
Fantastic, great.